Jesus' healing of a Roman centurion's servant is an important narrative, giving us a unique glimpse into early Christian demonology. It is also one that fits with the Greco-Roman concept of the daemon. This was a neutral term and the root of our word demon. The story is related at Luke 7, 1-10 and Matthew 8, 5-13. To get to the deeper meaning, we need to start with the question, what does the centurion mean when he says, "For I myself am a man under authority, with soldiers under me. I tell this one, go, and he goes, and that one, come, and he comes"? In his speech on the diviner's reply, Cicero explains that part of their success is because the Roman army excel all people in religiosity and in that unique wisdom that has brought to us the realization that everything is subordinate to the rule and direction of the gods. Ancient historians and papyrologists have uncovered many aspects of Roman life that can bring this story alive for us. The soldier's career began with the sacramentum, which was an oath sworn on enrollment and renewed every year on January the 3rd. Following from this, every morning a holy promise to obey all the military customs and orders is made. In the Roman army, devotions, adorations, and signs of honor were multiple throughout the ranks. Most notable was the daily honoring of the military genii, which were the spirits that protected the camp. Like the soldiers, the genii were ranked in order of authority. The genius centuriae, for example, received daily obeisance from each centurion, while genii legionis were honored by the legion. Even though worshipped only by the army itself, the military genii were so manifold and plentiful that no other manifestation of Roman life left more remains of the cult of the genii than the army. Our English word genius is from the same term in Latin, which meant a guardian spirit or a tutelary deity that watches over an individual. It was also a general term for spirit, incarnation, wit, or talent, including the gift of seeing, divination, or prophecy. In technical contexts, it referred to the male spirit of a gens. It originally meant generative power or inborn nature. Another important word here is numen. Apart from describing chthonic or underworld deities, the word also meant the spirit of an individual, as in the example of the 1st century Roman imperial cult, which began by venerating the genius or numen of Augustus, and shows us that the distinction between the numen and the person blurred in time. In the context of the ancient concept of numen, the energy of these nature spirits was believed to be imparted to those who paid tribute to them. In the Roman military cult, the numen were objectified in the standards, such as the eagles that belonged to each legion. These totems represented special animals, and it was their spirit which would be shared with those who honored their power. Camp walls were adorned with protection statues, and there was also specific sacred parade ground deities. This spiritual transfer is understood in a similar way in, for example, the shamanistic rituals of primal cultures. The Roman army had, by all reports, a high profile in 1st century Palestine, and this story with its pagan elements made its way into the canon via its inclusion in Matthew and Luke. The metaphysical basis behind this long-distance healing narrative is the ability of Jesus as the healer to marshal celestial agents, the genii, as deputies. This same occult level is evident in Jewish magical texts, as the author of the SHR claimed in the preface that his book will teach the reader to rule over spirits and demons, to send them so that they will go like slaves. There is also what would have been understood as an overt reference to a more general magical procedure, with the centurion's request that Jesus merely had to say the word to activate the healing genii. Throughout the various ancient magical texts, a strong emphasis is placed on the magical efficacy of words, which contain power in and of themselves. This magical concept was also part of the broader Hebrew religious tradition, and the names of God were, predictably enough, among those considered to be especially potent. At Matthew 26:53, for example, Jesus states that he only need to say a word, and his Father would send him 12 legions of angels.